Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum student. Welcome you all once again. Again we are back with the book of mathematics for class 9. Student, today we are going to complete exercise 1.1 and we will proceed further into exercise 1.2. So student, this is the last question of exercise 1.1. Book page is 6. Okay, question number 7. Solve the following question. Student, two matrices are given to you. Look here, and both of the matrices are equal. So what you have to do, by using the property of equality, you have to solve these equations. Okay, look here, as the two matrices are equal, so A plus B is equal to -1, B plus 2C is equal to 4, 2C plus D is equal to 8, 2A minus 8 is equal to 0. So here we have four equations. A plus B is equal to -1, equation 1. B plus 2C is equal to 4, equation 2. 2C plus D is equal to 8, equation 3. 2A minus D is equal to 0, equation 4. Now student, look here. My first priority is to cancel this B out of these two equations and also this D from these remaining two equations. Why? Because when I cancel B from these two equations and D from these two equations, we will have A and C in a single equation. So by this way, we can get the value of A and C. So my first step is I have to subtract equation 2 from equation 1. Okay student, now look here. This is my equation 1, A plus B, and I am subtracting equation 2 from it. So by subtracting, we will change the sign of the second equation. This plus B will be changed with minus B. This plus 2C will be changed with the minus, and this plus 4 will become minus 4. Okay, now look here. B cancel. A minus 2C minus 1 minus 5 is equal 4 is equal to minus 5, and this is our equation 5. Now over to the next step. Now what will I do, student? Now we will add equation 3 and 4. Why? Look here. Here both the D have different sign. If in equation a like term has different sign, just add these two equations. So by adding these two equations, this plus D will be cancelled with this minus D. Here we had not add this equation because the sign of this B and this B are same. So in case of same signs, you have to subtract the equation, while in case of different sign, you have to add the equation. So student, we had add equation 3 and 4. This is equation 3, 2C plus D, while this is equation 4, 2A minus D plus D minus D. There is no need to change the sign of these two terms because student, we are adding the equations. So plus D minus D, 2A plus 2C is equal to 8. This is our equation 6. This is equation 5. By subtracting first two equation, by adding remaining two, we get equation 6. Now student, look here. This is my equation 5th. This is my equation 6th. Add these two equations. Look here. 2C both have same sign. Sorry, different sign. In case of different sign, you have to add the equation. So here we are adding these two equations. 2C cancel. A plus 2A, 3A minus 5 plus 8 will give you 3. Now, to find the value of A, divide both sides by 3, you will get 1. Now student, this is our turning point. Now by this step, we will, by iteration, stepwise function, will get B, then C, then D. Okay, first of all, use this value of A is equal to 1 in equation 1. What you will get? You will get the value of B. Look here student, this is equation 1. Now we have A is equal to 1, so you have to put A here, that is 1. So look here, we had put A is equal to 1 in equation 1. 1 plus B is equal to -1. It is here plus 1. By using implies that it will be shift here, and minus plus 1 become minus 1, minus 1 give you minus 2. So we have another value, that is b is equal to minus 2. Over to next value. Now put this value of b minus 2 in equation 2. Look here, what is equation 2? Student, this is equation 2. So when you put b is equal to minus 2, you will get the value of c. So look here, student, we put b is equal to minus 2 in this equation 2, minus 2 plus 2c. Now here it is minus 2. By using implies that this minus 2 will shift here and it will become plus 2. 4 plus 2, 6. Now the next thing is, with c we have a 2. This 2 is multiplying with this c. Now to get rid of this 2, using implies that this 2 will divide that 6. 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. Now over to the last one, that is d. Now put this c in equation 3. What is equation 3? Look here, student. This is equation 3. Here we have c but not d. Put c is equal to 3 in equation 3. 2c means 3. 2 3s are 6. Now by implies that this 6 will be shift here. 8 minus 6 will give you 2. And by this way we get all the values of a, b, c and d. Now student, after completing exercise 1.1, now our next task is to discuss some definition of matrices. Starting with the very first type of matrix, that is row matrix. Now student, what is a row matrix? Any matrix which has only one row is called row matrix. Look here, student. How many rows? 1. 1 row. 1 row. How many rows? 1. 1. 1. Forget about the columns. Just a single row. Look here, the order. 1 by 3, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So in all of the examples, all the matrices have only one row. So this is called row matrix. Over to the column matrix. Any matrix which has only one column is called column matrix. Look here. How many columns? 1. How many column? 1. How many column? 1. Its order is 2 by 1, 3 by 1, 4 by 1. How many columns are there? Only 1. So it is a column matrix. What about square matrix? Any matrix whose number of rows are equal to number of column, like 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 1 by 1. Look here, student. How many rows? 1 row, 1 column. So number of rows is equal to number of column. So it is a square matrix. 2 by 2, 2 rows, 2 column, square matrix. 3 columns, 3 row. The order is 3 by 3. It is a square matrix. Okay, student. Now next. Rectangular matrix, student. What is a rectangular matrix? Student, any matrix in which number of rows are not equal to number of column, totally opposite to square matrix. Look here. How many rows? 1. How many columns? 2. So number of rows are not equal to number of column. That is, the order of the matrix is 1 by 2. 1 is not equal to 2. Over to the second. How many rows? 3. How many columns? 1. So 3 by 1. Next. How many rows? 1. How many columns? 3. 1 by 3. So number of rows are not equal to number of column. So it is also a rectangular matrix. What is a zero or null matrix? Student, any matrix in which all the entries are 0 is called zero matrix or null matrix. Forget about the order, student. Forget about square or rectangular matrix. If a matrix has all the entries 0, that matrix is called zero matrix or null matrix. What is diagonal matrix? Actually, diagonal matrix is a square matrix. What is a square matrix? A matrix which has same number of rows and same number of columns. So diagonal matrix is a type of square matrix. Okay, student? So diagonal matrix is that matrix in which all the entries are 0 except the diagonal. Student, these entries are called diagonal while the other entries are called off diagonal. Okay, diagonal, off diagonal. So any matrix, any square matrix, so this is a square matrix 2 by 2 in which diagonal entries are non-zero while other entries are 0. Another definition is a matrix in which all the entries are 0 except diagonal entries. So look here, diagonal entries are not 0 while off diagonal entries are 0. Another example of diagonal matrix now, but this time 3 by 3. Diagonal entries are non-zero while off diagonal entries are 0. Over to scalar matrix. Student, scalar matrix is a type of diagonal matrix. So look here, diagonal matrix is a type of square matrix and scalar matrix is a type of diagonal matrix. So now it is a cycle like square, then diagonal, then scalar. Scalar is a diagonal matrix. Look, it is a diagonal matrix because diagonal entries are non-zero while off diagonal entries are 0. But scalar matrix is that matrix in which the non-zero entries are same. Look here, they are not only non-zero but same. Diagonal entries are non-zero but same. Diagonal entries are non-zero but same. Diagonal entries are non-zero but same. So scalar matrix is that diagonal matrix in which the diagonal entries are same. Okay, student? Now next, what is identity matrix? Identity matrix is a scalar matrix. Look here, it is a scalar matrix. Why it is a scalar matrix? Because on off diagonal entries we have 0, on diagonal entries we have non-zero, and both the diagonal entry are same. So it is a square, it is a diagonal, it is a scalar, but that scalar matrix in which the diagonal entries are not only same but also 1. Look here, diagonal entries are same as well as 1. So you can say that identity matrix is that diagonal matrix in which diagonal entries are 1, or you can say that any square matrix in which all the entries are 0 except the diagonal entries which are 1. Okay? Now, over to the next topic, that is transpose of the matrix. Now, what is transpose of the matrix? Student, interchanging the rows into column and column into rows is called transpose of a matrix. Look here, it is a matrix A. Now I am calculating its transpose. So this is row, I will change it to column. Look here, 1, 2, now 1, 2. Change rows into column. Look here, this first row is changed into first column. Okay, now look here, this was my first row. Now I had convert it into first column, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now over to second row, this is my second row. This is convert into second column. So this is called transpose of a matrix. Now consider another example. Okay, this is a matrix, 1 row 2 column. Look here, I am changing that matrix into, look here once again. Now, what is the impact of transpose on the matrix? On square matrix, it will have no impact because the order of this matrix was 2 by 2. After taking transpose, its order was also 2 by 2. Look here. The order of this matrix is 1 by 2. By taking transpose, it becomes 2 by 1. So we are interchanging rows with column and column with rows, and this is called transpose of the matrix. Thank you very much, students.